Go to Genesis chapter 26 because there's this thing that I like to call well cover. What is well cover? Well cover. Turn to Genesis chapter 26. That's when something goes in the well. See, a lot of us have a lot of stuff getting dumped into our wells. A lot of us are in families that dump on us continually. A lot of us are in relationships where people are dumping on us. They're putting their envy and their hate and their wrath and their attitude and their lackadaisical attitudes. They don't want to do anything. Nothing's going right at the church. Nothing's going right at home. They're negative. So they're continually dumping on us. So a lot of us have not done what we need to do because as far as well, location is important. Where are you located? Whenever we build, it could be a skyscraper, it could be a community where we're going to have families. Whenever something is built, they survey the land. What we have to do in Christ, we have to become good surveyors because we need to know where we're going to place ourselves. Some of us just place ourselves anywhere. This is a nice place to squat. It looks good. It looks like you got a whole lot of stuff around, and we just squat. Then you have other people that survey the land. Like Joshua told them to. They went out, they surveyed the land, they see if it's good for living, they look for the inhabitants of the land, and they come to the decision that this is a good land. But a lot of us are not good at this. So our wells get put in the wrong location, a bad spot. Somebody got Genesis chapter 26? We're going to read verses 12 through 15.
12 through 15. Then Isaac sowed in that land and received in the same year 100-fold. And the Lord blessed him. And the man waxed great and went forward and grew until he became very great. But he had possessions of flocks and possessions of herds and great store of servants. And the Philistines envied him. For all the wells which his father's servant had digged in the day of Abraham, his father the Philistine had stopped them and filled them with the earth.
Stop right there. Philistines filled their wells with earth. Dirt, rocks. So the wells eventually dried up. They couldn't give out as much water as they needed to. Filling up somebody's well was an act of war. When people fill you up with toxins, with poisons, that should be an act of war in your life. But for some of us, complacent, some of us you can push over easy. So we continue to let people dump and dump and dump and dump. Gossip about their brothers and sisters in Christ in the church. Dump. What do you think that does? Whenever you receive information, it soaks, it sits for a while, and it eventually finds a home. And it grows, just like a cancer. The cell, this is just a deformed cell, and they replicate, they replicate, they replicate, they replicate. And before you know it, your well is dried up. It's what I call when the well has gone dry. What happens when the well has gone dry? In a family, in a church, at the workplace, you don't see a lot of activity. It doesn't look like it's a blessed occasion. You can't do anything because we're tired. We're depleted. Our eyes are sunken in. We don't have any joy. You can't get anybody to do anything when the well runs dry. Look at Isaac. He had flocks. He had herds. He not only had servants, he had a great store of servants. So we're looking, Isaac was blessed. Child of God, look at the correlation. Isaac and Christians. Most of us are blessed. A lot of us are blessed and we don't even realize it. So we know that Isaac was blessed, and we know that we as children of God are blessed. Now some people receive a lot of blessings down here on earth in the form of physical things. You know, they have a lot of nice cars, they have a lot of Philistines are blessed. But some of us have Philistines in our lives that we don't even know of. Could be mama, could be daddy, could be sister, could be brother, could be cousin and uncle. And what a Philistine is just somebody that's dumping in your well, putting bad stuff in your spirit that doesn't need to be there. We talked about external factors yesterday. We talked about some of that drama that we get when we walk through the door. We just come to church and we got the spirit, there was a good message, and then when we get home, the devil slaps us in the face. That's a Philistine. When you go on work with those people who you don't like, you can't work with, you can't get along with, that supervisor that's riding your back, telling you you can't do anything right,